Deep within the human brain lies a geometric anomaly that ancient empires mapped millennia before modern science. From the precise proportions of the Eye of Horus to esoteric Eastern texts, discover the historical truth behind the biological center of consciousness. Unlock the true function of the pineal gland and the inner Stargate hidden inside your mind. The architects of antiquity left us a map, not of the stars, but of the skull. They knew. Look closely at the Eye of Horus. Esoteric tradition reads it not as decoration, but as a hidden blueprint of the thalamus and the pineal gland. Modern science calls it an endocrine gland. The ancients called it the third eye, an inner vision unlocked in the total absence of physical light. Buried deep beneath the cerebral cortex, a structure built like an eye, sealed forever in absolute, impenetrable darkness. Yet, evolution left a biological echo. The pineal gland shares its cellular lineage with the retina, descended from the same photoreceptors that once built an eye. In some creatures, it still is one. The Egyptians understood this cosmic force. They worshipped the sun outside, but they mapped the vessel of light hidden within. Esoteric scholars argue that such precision could not be accidental, that it was carved to preserve a transmission, a localized gateway to spirit, an inner stargate waiting for the correct frequency to initiate its sequence. But to decode the sequence, you must recognize the pattern repeating across the ages. The timeline is fragmented, but the truth remains. History is not a straight line, it is a spiral. Subscribe and align with this timeline as we open the archives of the Primal Owl. Moving east, the map changes, but the destination remains identical. Within Buddhist tradition, we find the sacred Unalome, a spiral traced in ink and stone, marking the chaotic journey toward awakening. They viewed the mind's eye not just as a receptor, but as a master routing terminal, a biological nexus moving sensory data toward enlightenment. Energy enters the physical matrix, spirals through the lower centers of the body, and is pushed upward, seeking the final terminal. The Unalome always ends the same way, a straight line, terminating in a single, perfectly still point. Enlightenment, the awakened center. Thousands of years later, science attempted to kill the myth, but the anatomy refused to lie. Enter René Descartes, a philosopher obsessed with the mechanics of reality. He dissected the mind's architecture, looking for the ghost in the machine. Descartes noticed a glaring structural anomaly. Everything in the human brain is mirrored. 2 hemispheres, 2 eyes, 2 ears. But at the exact mathematical epicenter of the brain sits a single, unpaired structure. He called it the seat of the soul, the singular anchor where the physical body is finally bound to the infinite. Descartes did not simply guess, he observed. He saw a solitary, microscopic structure suspended alone in the cerebral fluid. He noted its precise shape, a geometric anomaly wrapped in tissue. It looked exactly like a tiny pine cone. Modern medicine notes that as we age, this gland begins to calcify. It accumulates microscopic crystals, calcite microcrystals, capable of a piezoelectric effect, meaning under pressure, they produce an electromagnetic charge, a literal biological radio receiver, sitting in the dark, waiting for a signal. The ancients didn't have microscopes, but they had the transmission. They built empires around this specific geometry. They carved it into their holiest sanctuaries. The map is not confined to Egypt or Eastern mysticism. The trail of breadcrumbs leads further back to a symbol that appears across utterly disconnected civilizations, separated by oceans and millennia. Journey to the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. The winged Apkallu, sacred guardian spirits carved into stone walls that have watched in silence for nearly 3,000 years. Look at their hands. The winged Apkallu hold a highly specific object, extended forward, an offering, its true purpose still debated. It is a pinecone. Esoteric tradition points next to the Egyptian staff of Osiris, a staff of power said to be crowned by that same unmistakable geometry. Look to Greece, the staff of Dionysus. Look to Hinduism, the coiled serpent rising to the crown. And then look to the Vatican, the Cortile della Pigna, the court of the pinecone, the largest statue of a pinecone in the world, guarded by the highest seat of the church. What are they truly preserving? They are not worshiping a tree. They are acknowledging the architecture of enlightenment, the hidden center of the human mind. The pinecone is nature's perfect representation of the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio made physical. The ancients understood that to access the infinite above, one must activate the golden spiral within. But symbolism alone cannot open the Stargate. There is a physical lock and a biochemical key. When the physical eyes perceive total darkness, the pineal gland activates. It floods the body with melatonin, pulling us into sleep. But in rare moments of deep structural stillness, it produces something else. The spirit molecule. The gateway opens. One compound has captured researchers' imaginations for decades. Some call it the spirit molecule, a substance the body may produce organically in the absolute center of the mind. Some researchers have theorized it surges at the very edges of life, at birth and in death's final moments, a theorized anchor for the soul's journey. The ancient mystery schools required no laboratory. Through sound, frequency, and absolute darkness, they may have triggered this same chemical gateway. As above, so below. The architecture of the cosmos perfectly mirrored in the hidden architecture of your neurology. A literal stargate. But a gate requires a key, and modern humanity has lost the code. Look at the modern world, an assault of artificial light, synthetic frequencies, a deliberate architecture of atrophy. The gland hardens, it calcifies. The piezoelectric crystals become encased in stone. The inner vision goes completely blind. We are left staring only outward, trapped entirely in the physical plane, disconnected from the infinite. A calcified receiver cannot catch the cosmic frequency. The third eye remains tightly shut. The greatest prison is the one you do not know you are in, because the lock is inside your own head. But stone can be broken. The pineal gland is not dead, it is dormant, waiting for the initiation. Through deliberate frequency, through the sacred geometry of breath, through the absolute stillness of the inner temple, the dormant energy awakens at the base. The kundalini rises, striking the geometric center of the brain. The piezoelectric crystals vibrate, the field expands, the third eye forcefully rips open. For the first time, you do not just look, you finally see. The gateway to spirit is wide open.
The ancients hid the map in plain sight, not to obscure it from you, but to protect it for you. The transmission is complete. The Eye of Horus has delivered its sequence. The choice to activate it is yours. But time is an illusion, and the window is closing. The Primal Owl is returning to the shadows. Before this archive seals forever, leave your mark. Drop a comment below. Lock your frequency into the timeline and state that you are awake. Remember, the Stargate is you.